Hey, I'm back. It's Felicia, aka your LowBrau Auntie, and today we are going to go ahead and move into our second beer in my stash that I want to share with you. And that beer is, of course, haha, the Duck-Rabbit Milk Stout. Comment if you knew that this was going to be the next one that I try. So, want to give you a little bit of background about the Duck-Rabbit. Duck-Rabbit is I say Duck-Rabbit like 18 times fast. Anyway, Duck-Rabbit is made by the Duck-Rabbit Craft Brewery. Okay, so y'all, full disclosure, for whatever reason, I struggle with the word brewery. Brewery. Can I just say brewery or brewery? Okay. I'm trying to use the Queen's English. Brewery. Duck-Rabbit Craft Brewery, and it's located in Farmville. Yep, located in Farmville, North Carolina. So they started out in 2004, and their specialty is actually dark beer. They actually consider themselves to be the dark beer specialists. So those are some pretty high claims that they have to live up to, being the dark beer specialist. So this milk stout, you may be familiar with. Maybe familiar with this. You may have seen this around, or maybe seen it on tap where you are. It is available year-round. So with this being a milk stout, what we can expect, well, what makes a milk stout different is that it is fermented with, or is brewed with lactose, which is a milk sugar. So that being said, what I expect to get out of this Duck-Rabbit is of course, because it is a stout, I'm looking for my chocolate notes. I'm looking for my coffee notes. Since it has the lactose, I expect it to be a little sweet. Hopefully that sweet's going to balance out. It's going to be a good balance. Maybe get some creaminess because we've got the chocolate and we also got the sweet from the lactose. So that should be an interesting combination. Expect some roasted grains in here. From the profile of it, from the description that I read, I do expect this to be a pretty dark beer. I expect there to be, once again, a lot of aroma coming off of it when we pour. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack it open like we usually do. Get us a little whiff, get us a little taste, and I'll let you know what I think. Okay, so y'all will be impressed with me because I have upgraded my glass. So I got me a nice little fancy schmancy glass this time. So hopefully we'll be able to get some good aroma off of this, and it'll give us an opportunity to kind of let those flavors do what they're going to do. So let's go ahead, crack her open. There's that sound that we love to hear. And I'm going to go ahead and, wow. Oh, I didn't tell you guys that this is 5.7 alcohol by volume. So it's nowhere near as close as the ABV of that Kentucky breakfast stout that we tried last week. That had me buzzing like the rest of the day. That was, the alcohol content in that was super high. This is only 5.7. So, I mean, it should do you right. Should do you right at the end of a long day. So let's go ahead and pour it up and see what we're gonna get from this. So right away I am noticing just how dark and close to opaque this is. It's coming off quite heady, but that is probably my pour. So let's go ahead. Yeah, my pour was trash, y'all. So while we wait, on the pour to, the head on that to kind of come down a little bit so I can continue to pour it into the glass. I don't know. I was going to chit chat, but I actually don't have anything to chit chat about. I'm excited about what's coming up on deck, so I'll just make sure you're staying tuned, or, you know, coming back to visit just to see what else we're going to try and seeing what I think about it. So let's go ahead and finish capping this off. It's still a little heady. Once again, that's my fault and my trash pouring, but it's like that sometimes, huh? So Okay, there's still like maybe an ounce left in this bottle. So let's take a look at, first of all, this is so opaque and that it's just, oh my gosh, it almost feels like it would be tangible to the touch. It's just really, really thick. Now there's a lot of head. I don't know if this head is because of my trash pour, like I've already berated myself several times, or if this head is as a result of the carbonation in this beer, in this stout. Let me go ahead and get a whiff. Let's see with my fancy schmancy glass. Let's get a whiff of it and see what notes are getting. Okay. Right off the bat, what I'm smelling is something that I didn't smell in the other stout, the other two stouts that we've tried here. Actually, with the Neapolitan that I tried several months back. That was like my first video. This is slightly reminiscent of that. So what I'm smelling is, so you know how, I don't know if you drink like milk and how when you finish the glass and there's still like milk remnants at the bottom of the glass, and for whatever reason you have the opportunity to smell that? That's what I'm getting right off the top. I'm really not getting much else, and I'm topping this off with what's left. I'm really not getting much else, to be honest with you. Maybe some coffee, like maybe, but for me, what's overwhelming is like that milky kind of smell, which is probably from the lactose. Like I say, we should be smelling some, I'm expecting to get some roasted grains. I'm expecting to get some coffee. I'm expecting to get some chocolate, but I'm not really getting any of those aromas. It's just the milk. So with that being said, I'm not a huge milk drinker. If I have a choice, I won't select milk. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. So let's just go ahead and taste it and see what we're gonna get from this milk stout. Okay, coffee. Coffee is very prominent. Unfortunately, it's not as, I'm not getting any creamy. I almost kind of wanted and hope I would get some creamy from them, just from the lactose and the sugar content, and then also with maybe the chocolate notes from it being just roasted. But I'm not getting that. But this is not awful. As far as mouthfeel, it's a little bit, it's slightly astringent. The mouthfeel is not as heavy as the KBS that we had last week. But it is, it has a decent mouthfeel. I'm just getting the, really just getting coffee for me. I'm not really picking up on any other the flavors. Yeah, it smells, it still has that lactose smell for sure. It has that milk smell, but I'm not tasting that in the beer, nor am I tasting it, nor am I tasting like the sweet that I expected. I'm going to try to let this sit. I'm hoping what's going to happen is some of those flavors and aromas are going to develop a little bit more if we let it sit like we did last time. We let it sit for about 15-20 minutes. I want to do that for this, and we're going to see if there's any difference in what we experience in our flavors and our aromas from this Duck-Rabbit. But so far, just coffee. But like I said, there's no other, none of those other notes that I'm getting right now. So let's give it Let's give it about 20 minutes. I want to give this a fighting chance. Let's give it 20 minutes. I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna taste it again, and then we'll see if we got anything, if we're gonna taste anything different from this. Okay, so just 20 minutes. We'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. So let's go ahead and revisit this Duck-Rabbit Milk Stout. I did let it sit for about 20 minutes. It does feel like the bowl's still a little chilly, but I think it's kind of warmed up just a little. So I want to go ahead and give it another shot to see what we're going to experience this time now that it's warmed up a little bit. So I'm still getting that that kind of milky, kind of old milky smell, but I am, now that it's set a little bit, picking up on more of the coffee. Not really getting any chocolate out of there or the roasted grains, but I am for sure picking up a little bit more coffee, but that kind of milky, kind of old milky smell is still kind of really prominent on the nose for me. So just keep in mind, before I continue, I just want to keep in mind, these are all my own opinions. I am not an aficionado. I just enjoy beers, more specifically dark beers. So this is just my experience with this beer, and I would love to hear what your experience is if you just want to leave a comment. But yeah, this is my experience with this beer. It is not the end all be all. That being said, let me go ahead and take another drink, and then I will see if we get a different profile this time. Interesting. So this time, coffee for sure. Oh wow. The coffee is for sure there. The coffee is actually kind of the star of the show in this beer. It's coffee, but you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of strong coffee. So there's a little bite there, a little tartness. Especially on the back end, there's some tartness. That lactose may be balancing out some of that tartness from just the roasted grains. Overall, it's just okay. It just really is. I will, of course, finish this because no beer goes to waste around here. I will finish this. I don't know if I would repurchase it. I'm leaning towards no. With that being said, there are some other beers in Duck-Rabbit's lineup. When I was, like I said, going through doing a little bit of research, I did see some other beers in their lineup. And then with them being the dark beer specialist, I definitely maybe want to try. Definitely maybe. That is contradictory. I definitely want to try, something else from Duck-Rabbit. As far as this, it's just okay. Let me know. Have you tried it? What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Maybe I should be looking for something else. Maybe I should have maybe let it sit longer, or maybe it should be colder. Just let me know what you think. And as always, don't drink and drive. It's not a good idea to drink and drive. It's never a good idea to drink and drive. Drink responsibly. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Take care.